Good afternoon. It's November 12th, and we're going to talk about Hudson Beach. Now, we have some transactions, we've had some closings, we've had some pendings. Right now, there are 16 properties available, but let's look at what actually happened in the solds. In the last 6 months, there have been 180 solds, but what we really want to know is what's happened since the hurricanes. We have 6 transactions that sold in Sea Ranch. Let's go ahead and look at these. Berkowitz was listed at 270 and it sold for 200. This one had actually been listed prior to the storms. Summers, 199,000. It sold for 10,000 more than the asking price. This closed on the 7th, which is Thursday, and I haven't looked at properties on the sold since then. So we saw this one under contract in 6 days, but we didn't know what the results were going to be. So the results are it sold for 10,000 more than the asking price. This one sold September 13th, which was before the storm, for 355,000. I went back too far. Josie. This one sold on a week before the storm for $400,000. They were asking $425,000. Yeah, I went back too far, but I guess that's a good illustration of what happened right before the storm. 918, this was before the storm. On Helene was 926. This was 829. It sold for 790. And now this one was post. This one closed on the 25th. They were asking 200. This is a flood home. It sold for $187,000. So really, we only have, look at my memories are coming up. How about that? Let's go back 45 days. I don't have the exact date. A well-prepared YouTuber would have had that. All right, so we have only 3 transactions that have closed since the hurricanes. 270 sold for 200. 199 sold for 209. And 200 sold for 187. Since we're going to concentrate on the souls, let's jump in here and let's grab Hudson Beach. Let's grab Sea Ranch. Four properties have sold. Leslie sold. They were asking 380. It sold for 200. This was listed prior to the hurricanes. Or hurricane, really. We only flooded by Helene. Stacy, we talked about over and over. The very first one listed, it sold in 3 days for $50,000 more than the asking price. Claudia, they were asking 250. It sold for 225 in 5 days. And Janita was on the market for 9 months or something, and it closed after both storms for 320. And I'm certain that it flooded. Does it make sense to look at any of the mobile homes? Maybe not. Let's put Hudson Beach back in here. And we've got a total of 7 transactions that have occurred since the hurricane. So here they are. And now let's look at the pendings. So that's just it. We have 7 transactions in those 2 neighborhoods. I should throw Leisure Beach in there and see what, I think those 2 neighborhoods though. All right, Bernard is pending, 298. $134 days on the market. Britain is pending at 150 after 9 days. So that would have been the 27th. And this one, Stacy, is on the market for 9 months, or whatever 285 days is. It surely flooded, but it went under contract at 459. No, Stacy's high. Maybe it didn't flood. Maybe it didn't. I don't know. All right, and then let's look at the actives. 20 active listings. So we're going to focus on, all right, they're in here by, let's do them by price. Okay. But it looks like consistently Sea Ranch is going to be more expensive than, let's do it by price. Let's just be sure. All right, so the cheapest one is Francis for $425. Look at these numbers. Did we have a flood? All right, John Kaysen, or Kassan, I always said Kaysen. They're not advertising it as a flood home, but it's $269,000. It was listed yesterday. Actually, this might be a really good deal. I did not see this. This must have flooded. It flooded, okay. So this was listed yesterday. Dun, 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 $269,000. It's got a lot of square footage, 1,835 square feet. It says it has a garage. It'll be very interesting to see what that one goes for. It's $146 a square foot on the water. Hudson Beach Estates, listed 14 days ago, $289,000, is $180 a square foot. It says the after repair value is $550,000. All right, Lavender, we looked at. It's been on the market for 95 days. Gene Rossi, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 2-car garage, oversized lot. It flooded, and it is $264 a square foot. Gene Rossi is active for 4 days. It's $291 a square foot. That looks like new beams right there. Well, maybe not. There's always a story. $340,000, $291 a square foot. Dooley, $288 a square foot. Francis, $406 a square foot. Now, this was listed before the storms. Stacy, $326 a square foot. Muriel, these are all listed before the storm. $398 a square foot. $262 a square foot. 1,800 square feet. Harbor. We looked at this one. It's got the great backyard. The great view. Yeah, this is. See, if you don't have anybody across the canal from you, you don't have the people across the canal partying and talking, and it's a real advantage to have, a marsh or an island across the way. A giant house. $247 a square foot. And they're going to get bigger and more expensive from here. Sea Ranch on the Gulf, $599, $406 a square foot. I wonder if it looks like that now. Beverly's the one that goes out to Gulf frontage. Okay, this is it. This is the Mama Gulf front. $600,000. Yeah, I bet that'd be a good deal at some price. Knock it down, put a $2 million house up or something. Hopefully, it only cost you $800,000 to build, and you'll make, well, depends on what you pay for the lot, $750,000. Now, this was listed after the storm, and it's got a tarp. And it's $510 a square foot. It's got that outbuilding, though. That's a pretty cool outbuilding. Judy, know it well. $387 a square foot. Clark Street, $353 a square foot. Yvette, $510 a square foot. This is a stilt home with a pool. $845,000. Stacy, 900 grand, $232 a square foot. It was built in 1994. The question is what month, because it'll determine whether it has living space downstairs or not. It's very nice. 900 grand. Lonnie Lee. And this thing looks like a monster. Look at that. How beautiful is that? It's like living in a resort. $404 a square foot. And then yeah, that's nice. One and a half million. All right, Randy Jenkins. I did a video. Appreciate you watching. Have a great day. Bye now.